The family dynamic before we spoke to Kids Inspire was actually very different to what it is now.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Cool, massively.
I think Lewis was almost taking a hold over the whole family.
Hard work.
It was really hard work. He almost had a split personality, couldn't deal with his emotions very well.
If I had to go outside and help Andy do something, like cutting the grass out, I'd just have a meltdown. I'd have a meltdown over everything, even if it's the tiniest thing. Like putting stuff out in the wheelie bin, I'd have a meltdown.
He was just uncontrollable, completely uncontrollable, shouting, screaming.
He would try and jump out windows. Mm-hmm. He would go and sit out in the street in his dressing gown.
Yep. Pulled a knife on myself.
Yeah. That was all in front of Maddie as well.
Yeah.
I try not to hear. I was on my phone and he just storming down the stairs, and I just tried to ignore him.
It did affect our relationship.
Yep.
It put a lot of pressure and a lot of strain on our relationship because quite frequently I was stuck in the middle, wasn't I?
Yeah, we was arguing a lot over punishments, and Lewis would pick up on that and then
play us off
it, and then we'd end up arguing again.
It felt like it consumed our whole life. We were trapped almost. It was just a constant cycle, what was going to happen the next day, and nothing was getting any better. So just put some... The GP was our first port of call.
Yeah.
And then after visiting the GP quite a few times, we asked to be referred to the mental health team. Initially, we sent off a huge, big questionnaire, didn't we, from the mental health team, and they took quite a while to get back to us. And when they did, they then sent us through a standardised letter just to say that they wasn't the correct department for us. And at the bottom of the letter, there was 2 different phone numbers. And the first one was Kids Inspire, so that was just the number that we phoned. We didn't know anything about Kids Inspire at all, did we?
Never heard of them.
And they were great. They didn't poo-poo us at all. No. They talked us through what the problem was and reassured us that somebody would get back to us quickly, and they did. Within a week, we went in and spoke with Sue at Kids Inspire. She made us feel straight away that we wasn't the only people to have ever been in this situation. So she was writing down literally everything we were saying, and she reassured us that it'd only be a couple of days and we would hear back. And actually, the following day, we heard back, and Lewis was then introduced to Rachel.
I went every 2 weeks, and I saw 3 or 4 times. She asked me some questions, and I answered them with honesty.
I think she realised how scared he was and anxious about everything, and actually things he was scared about we didn't even realise. Also, he saw Demetra every other week for about 12 weeks, didn't he? And that was art therapy, which he wasn't so keen on initially, but actually got quite a lot from it in the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
With Demetra, I had to get angry, sad, and happy feelings and put them on cards, and we had to pick one up, and we had to get up and express you being happy, and Demetra had to try and guess if I was being happy, angry or sad, and that was probably the way I learnt most. We also did cards about writing down what you should do when you feel like that. So if I'm angry, I'll go upstairs, play music, and then come downstairs and apologise. And it's just really recommend it.
We went there, didn't we? We saw Sarah. Just a general chat at first. Talked about how I reacted to Lewis. Spoke about how Charlotte reacted to Lewis. And then we didn't get instructed to do anything. It was, why don't you try this way of controlling the situation? And we tried it, didn't we? And it actually worked.
Sit down! What?
We're a lot happier.
Definitely.
We've all just been getting along really well, like not much arguing, like very rarely. And it feels good that I've changed.
Lewis's outlook on things has made things a lot easier for us to communicate with him.
Yeah.
But I think the impact it's had on us as well is being able to acknowledge where the problem lied, because actually you're stuck in your own way of thinking. So it took someone else to say to us, right, okay, Charlotte, perhaps you're not doing this in the best way. Andy, perhaps you're not doing this in the best way. Why don't you just give this a go? Like, for instance, they said perhaps play board games at the weekend, something really, really simple, but actually brings us together, and we do quite a lot now. Just little tiny things like that that has actually then opened the door for us to be able to have a better relationship, really. I think it's also indirectly benefited Maddie, probably more than anyone.
I feel like happy because when all that came off, I was kind of nervous, and now I'm just fine, like getting on with my life.